I guess I need something to drink, huh? A drink would be nice. A drink would be helpful. A drink, a drink, a drink, a drink. Let's go. Let's go, Dinor. We got a show to do. We got a show to do, buddy. Hello. Good evening. Good afternoon. Hmm. What's good? What's good? Hello. What it do? Hi, 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 hi. How was my 4th of July? Didn't really celebrate it. I worked through the 4th of July. Did you take the presidential fake news test? No, no. Been a long time since you've seen one of these, huh? Well, welcome back. They are probably pretty much as you remember them. Cinema for cynics is not a question, so I don't know what you're implying. Paul, when are you going to bed for the 24-hour show tomorrow? I'd like to be in bed by, like, midnight or 1 tonight, somewhere around there. I'm not taking any tests. Quit asking me about tests. The next person asks me if I've taken X test is going to get fucking shit canned. It's not going to be a, you take this test, you take that test, you take this test. This is not that stream. This is not for you. Go ask somebody else if they've taken the meme calibration test or the presidential fake news test or whatever the fuck. Come up with something else to be obsessed about in chat. Something interesting. Something that doesn't just end in me going, no. Think about that. If a question has a yes or no answer, it's probably a bad question to ask in Highdeology. Probably a bad question. Think about it. Do you guys just want to sit here and have me go, no? Hey, do you think that this is a good thing? No. Come up with some good ass fucking questions. Come on. Spit them out. Spit them out. What would you do if Ashley wanted to become a Marine? Would it upset you? Yes. But her choices be her choices. Were you ever in a situation where you had to be protective over one of your sisters? Not really. No. Yeah, I don't remember any cases of like douchey boyfriends that needed to be tuned up or whatever the fuck. I accidentally scared the shit out of my my sister's now husband. Well, I didn't accidentally scare the shit out of him. I purposely scared the shit out of him. So I was in town visiting my parents. This is when I lived in Arizona. And I was in town for like a week or whatever, hanging out. And I was out late. It was over at a friend's house. And it was me and my ex-girlfriend. And she's driving back to my mom's house at like, I don't know, it's like 2 in the morning. And she rounds the corner to my mom's house, and I immediately notice that there's like toilet paper and shit hanging from all my mom's trees. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So while I thought, while I'm gone, some asshole TP'd my fucking mom's house. Great. Isn't that wonderful? But I started to look as we got closer. They were still there. They were still doing it. So I saw it about the same time as my ex-girlfriend saw it, and she just handled it. She was like, "Oh hell no," and started blaring on the horn. It's like 2 in the morning in a neighborhood. Started blaring on the horn, and they scattered like fucking water bugs. Just, and one of them ran across my mom's yard and onto the street that we were on. And she fucking, and like he was running like Forrest Gump from the truck, and she's like, 3 inches from his heels, and he's like, "Oh shit!" He runs to like a Suburban and jumps into it, like just a car that was parked down the street, and jumps into it. Well, she stops, and I just got out of the car and walked over to the Suburban, and I was like, bump, 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 and I could see the dude. He was like laying in the back seat, and I was like, "I see you laying in the back seat. You gonna come out here?" He's like, "Oh, no, no, no." I was like, "I'm not gonna beat your ass, but you are gonna clean up my mother's yard tonight." "Oh, but he's like, "Just get out of the fucking car and make your way over there." And he's like, so he gets out of the car and he's like, "Man, I don't want no trouble, man. I'm just fucking around, man. I'm just a kid, blah, 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 blah." I was like, "I don't give a fuck who you are or what age you are. You're going to get every bit of that toilet paper that you can reach without a ladder out of my mom's yard tonight. And then tomorrow you're going to come back with a ladder and get the rest of the shit out of my mom's trees." That's exactly what's going to happen. So I took him over there, and like he's like, I'm supposed to do all this. Like, where are my friends?" And I was like, "Dude, you don't got friends. Friends would have stuck with you. Your friends are gone. Your friends took off running. They left you here. So you get to do this by yourself." So I took his name down and shit, and then the other dudes kind of like showed up after a while after he was cleaning up. And I made them all fucking clean it up too, got their names. My stepdad called their parents the next day and had them show up with a ladder so that the boys could all clean the shit out of my mom's trees. One of those dudes is now my sister's husband and father of her 4 children. So that were fun. How old was I? So visiting from Arizona, so I would have been 21 or 22, something like that. Yeah, everything worked out in the end. I guess they were TPing the house, probably because he had a crush on my sister, and so him and his friends were just playing some little good-natured prank or something. It's the angriest you've ever gotten. I don't know. I've been pretty fucking pissed off. I tend to get heated in like arguments with significant others. That's when I really tend to get angriest, probably. Although I can't really remember a specific time. I don't know. I guess I don't have a good catalog of my angry moments. They tend to pass, you know what I mean? Anger tends to be the release. So, other people that have been on the receiving end of my angry moments would probably have a better memory of them than I do. A large asteroid is coming. We see it too late and can't stop it. You grab your phone and headphones and walk outside to stare at the sky one last time. What song do you play? What makes you think that I would want to like have a soundtrack to the end of the world? I mean, I guess, okay, let's say the hypothetical is true, and like, I've called on my family members, I've made my peace with the fact that I'm about to die, and I just want to watch the show and I want to have a soundtrack to it. Okay. We can get to the essence of the question. I don't know, man. That's a really hard question. Because part of me would want to play something big and sweeping and meaningful, you know what I mean? And part of me just wants to play something that really rocks. You know? I think I would like probably eschew sentimentality and like go with something that I just think rocks. And Do the Evolution would be good. In Bloom by Nirvana would be high on my list, you know. Two-Headed Boy Part 2, yeah. Call Me Maybe, yeah, there you go. Have you ever considered joining the military? No. As soon as I was old enough to know what joining the military was, I knew I didn't want to do it. So, yeah, I never had any military aspirations, never considered it, never wanted it. What's my useless superpower? Well, I talked about that in a video on this very channel in like 2007. My useless superpower is I have a phonographic memory for certain things. I can remember recent conversations verbatim. I have a very good memory for things that people have said to me directly, especially if the conversation was memorable. I learn the lyrics to songs basically. Like, if I'm really interested in a song, I can sing most of it after I've heard it one time. Maybe a couple of times. It doesn't take me very long to memorize a song at all. So that's my useless superpower. Ever solved a mystery? No, but I've rewritten history. DuckTales. Woo. It does depend on how comprehensible the vocals are. Some songs that you can't make out what they're saying. Yeah, here's the guy that can remember a conversation he had 3 years ago. Because the conversation broke his heart, or the conversation made him really mad, or the conversation made him laugh really hard. Yay! I mean, Lounge Act is probably my favorite Nirvana song, if I had to pick one. So, yeah. I don't know it'd be the one I'd play for the meteor strike, though. How did you meet the Kirk brothers, and what was your first impression? So, I don't really consider... I don't say that I've met someone unless I've met them in person and shaken their hand. And I didn't meet TJ or Scotty by that standard until the LA meetup for Drunken Peasants in 2016, 2015. So yeah, that's when we met. What was my first impression? My first impression of TJ was that he was way quieter than he really is. And my first impression of Scotty was that he was evaluating me. If that makes sense. Which both of those things, are pretty common. Like, and both were very true at the time. TJ was, in social situations, when he first meets somebody, he's not the most outgoing of dudes. He's not the most, directly conversational of dudes. And Scotty was evaluating me as a possible member of the show. He was there to see what I was and how I conducted myself. Exactly, Morton. He was like, who's this bearded buffoon and what's his deal? What's he like? What kind of creative capacity does he have? What kind of work ethic does he have? What kind of desire does he have to be a part of this show? What kind of deal will he be willing to make in furtherance of that? I could feel that cold logic coming out of Scotty. Are you going to try and sleep a lot tonight? I'm going to try and get in bed at a reasonable hour, like I said, midnight or 1 p.m., so that I can be up tomorrow by 10 a.m. to do any kind of final prep and mic checks and just kind of eat something, probably. Make myself some bakey eggs. Just kind of get my brain ready to fucking endure the avalanche of shit that is going to be tomorrow's show. Do you guys have bodyguards for meetups? No. I bet Scotty is going to get Paul eaten by a xenomorph in the intro. No! What's tomorrow's show going to be? 24 hours of deep fat fried. 24 hours of Pessimist Productions goodness. You think you will review the new Jurassic Park movie? Have you seen it yet? I haven't seen it yet. I will probably review it at some point, yes. It sucks for me. You guys start at noon. I don't even get off work till 3:30, let alone get home. Yeah, like, but you're gonna have to have work in the next 24 hours anyway, right? Nobody's, like, very few people are gonna be able to catch the entire 24-hour show. That's kind of the point. Like, you'll be able to watch a little bit of it, and then when you go to work, when you come back from work, we'll still be going. The show will still be live, so you can pick right up and then watch what you missed later when it goes up. So yeah. Where's Chauncey? We buried him. He wanted to be buried, so we buried him. I'm gonna try watching it all the way through. Hey, best of luck. Best of luck. I mean, I'm the one that's really needs the best of lucks. That's me. Because 24 hours straight is it's a feat. It's a feat. A Herculean feat of strength. Now, you don't understand, man. I'm not going to drink any caffeine tomorrow. I'm going to try and get reasonable amount of sleep tonight, and I'm not going to drink any caffeine tomorrow until we're in the last 4 hours of the show. I'm going to try and go 20 hours caffeine free, and here's why. If I start drinking caffeine at 10 hours or at 12 hours, I'm going to have a caffeine crash at if I start at 12, caffeine crash at 18 hours. That's not a good time to have a caffeine crash. So if I start at 12 hours in, chugging down the fucking coffee and shit. Now, I might have a cup of coffee here and there, but I'm talking about, like, loading up on the caffeine. A cup of coffee in the morning, yeah, that's fine. You're not going to have a fucking caffeine crash from that. I'm talking about delving into the multiple cups of coffee / drinking fucking energy drink shit. That's how I did it on the DP 24-hour show. I had a cup of coffee before it started, but after it started, I waited a good 14, 15, 16 hours into the show before I even cracked an energy drink, and I didn't start slugging them hard until the last 4 hours. The last 4 hours, it's going to be Red Bull time. It's going to be Red Bull time. But yeah, I want to go in with a decent amount of sleep. I'd say I'm a little more than a third of the way through the prep work that I've got to do, which is a good spot to be. I'm responsible for the entirety of one 2-hour segment, part of another 2-hour segment of the show, and two full 2-hour segments and part of another 2-hour segment of the show as far as research goes, and then prep for another few parts of the show. So I'm about probably a little more than a third of the way through that. Just taking a little smoke break here. A little hour long, maybe maximum smoke break, and then back to the grindstone to finish the last 2/3 of this shit. Love your segment on Flash Friday about how Austria was cracking down on anti-vax morons. Yeah, yeah. Do a 168-hour stream. Yes, yes. Well, 24 is about what you're going to get. You'll get 24 straight hours of deep fat fried, an insane amount. And then we're going to take a nice long break from the long shows. We're going to settle back into a, well, we won't be settling back into anything this month, but we will after the live show settle back into a a more regular show schedule. Then we're going to take a nice long break from the long shows. Why is Jordan Peterson the way he is? I don't know. Ask him. You're not going to get an honest answer, but you'll at least get an informed one. I don't know anything about that fucking guy. That's the idea. Stream until my belly is empty and my spirits are broken and my brain longs for nothing more than the eternal emptiness of sleep, dude. That's the idea. I mean, if we got to get up and piss when we got to go. We get up and pee. We're not animale. You know. Can you do a skit on Moses getting high? What? Get out of here. Shoo. I mean, I don't need the 24-hour stream to piss in bottles. Stream your first gay experience. Okay, I'll do that. In fact, I'm doing that right now. I'm totes getting a blowjob from a dude right now. Wave to them. What was your name? Pedro? Wave. See, there was his hand. Proof. Moan like an anime girl. Aren't they like Ikui ai? Yamate. Busted by Ashley, haha. Oh. Damn. If you could meet a celebrity, who and what would you want to ask them? I don't know, man. If I wanted to meet a celebrity, I guess I'd meet like P.T. Anderson, and I'd want to just ask them about directing film. I'd want to just ask him questions about what it's like and what he does to prep, like what the background stuff, the non-interesting stuff. You know, what his process is, how he starts to conceive of a film, and how he carries it through to its end product. Those sorts of things. Them's types of things. Who's the cooler Jim? Jim Morrison or Jimi Hendrix? Well, Jimi Hendrix wasn't a Jim, he was a Jimmy. So Jim Morrison wins by default. Yamate means stop. Yeah, that sounds like hentai then. Do you guys still think you'll ever get into using camera rigs for more scripted productions? I'm sure we will at some point. I'm sure at some point that'll be a thing. No Paul Domo. Whoa, Paul Domo. Do I hate some of you? I hate most of you, honestly. Nothing against you. No offense intended. I just dislike most of you. But I assume that a lot of you feel the same way, you know? So it's probably not all that weird. I mean, you say you love me, and at alternate times I say I love you, but the truth is, there's just a lot of hate being passed around. You love the persona. You guys don't get a persona here. Like, I don't know how to tell you guys that. I mean, sometimes I do little skits and stuff, but I do those, like, you get, this is me. This is Paul's ego. This is what I be like. This is how I be acting with other people. What am I smoking on? Is it a bowl? No. Just a tobacco cigarette, that's all. Paul hates me but keeps me around because I pay my mod tax. Exactly. Exactly. See? Coolman at least knows where I know where he stands. Everything's fine. But yeah, I don't do like I don't that probably affects the quality and watchability of these for a lot of people. But I don't do the whole like, hey, how's it going, everybody? Boo! We got a show today. Hey, blah, 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 the whole fucking like peppy thing. I'm tired as fuck right now. My brain is already tired. I spent till the wee hours of the morning last night, and then slept, and then got up today. And once I got myself nice and awake, spent the last 3.5 hours or so just pulling research. My brain is mush. I've got more to do. So, I could do the performer thing. Like you guys get way more of that on Deep Fat Fried. I'm in performance mode there. Not that that's much different from me. I'm not forced to play a character on that show. It's just, when you're doing a live show that's more compact, that's meant for a different viewership, you're a little more aware of that. Your performance sucks. Yeah, dude. I can't help but agree. What's the spookiest thing you've ever seen? The spookiest thing? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I know, like, one of the, like, I got really freaked out when I saw the Blair Witch Project, and my friends knew it. And so they fucked with me. They, like, put some, like, rocks outside of my bedroom window. Like a pile of rocks, like in the movie, to freak me out. And they did that, and I was like, all right, whatever. And I went and I knocked down the pile of rocks and shit, right? But then later that night, my girlfriend came over, but I was freaked out about the Blair Witch and shit. And my girlfriend came over, and her head was like, I don't know, she was backlit by a street light outside of my house, and so all I could see was the outline of her head and then the frazzle of her hair. And I remember, dude, my heart almost beat out of my chest. I was like, it's her. It's probably like the most scared I've been of something that's supernatural ever. Dude, there's a skeleton inside me. Ugh. Ugh. Get out of me, skeleton. What a spooky, creepy skeleton. Yeah, dude, I thought the witch was out there, man. Yeah, I've been out in the forest at night. It's actually kind of cool. It's spooky, but I find it way more peaceful than anything else. Whoa, chat fast. Yeah, chat goes fast and chat goes slow. Sometimes chat is like empty, and sometimes it's just like, well, I can read maybe 1 out of 10 of these. Oh shit, yeah, dude, Ashley bought a bunch of jalapenos. She just tweeted about it. She bought me like 20 jalapenos because I need them for this diet, man. The jalapeno is keeping me sane. The humble jalapeno is keeping me on this diet. By the way, 15 pounds. I've lost 15 pounds since the diet started. So there's your weight check in. Weigh 295 even. So, when's the last time you ate some bread? Whenever the day before this diet was. I think we've been doing this diet now for about a month. I might not do ghost peppers, but I might go get like a raw jalapeno and eat it on the show to wake myself up. If I start feeling myself flagging around the 12-hour mark, I might run and go grab myself a jalapeno and eat that bitch. You know, because that'll be spicy enough to wake up the senses, get my nose running, get my eyes watering, get my mouth burning. I'm craving them pretty bad. You know, there are ways around it, and it really is just a craving. So I know that with time it'll go away. I'm able to fill my belly with non-carb food or stuff that has very very low carbs. There are tortillas that you can buy that are super low in carbs. They've got 4 grams of net carb per tortilla or whatever. So I've eaten a few of those. Those are very much like a normal tortilla. So you can do like a wrap or whatever the fuck in those. Um, but yeah, just with time, that craving will be more and more distant. It's not all about caloric intake for super fat people, especially. The keto diet, despite being over your allotted calories, you can still lose a lot of weight because ketosis. That's the reason why it's such a popular diet. Instead of cutting back on carbs, stop being a pervert. No, I think I'm going to keep being a pervert and cut back on carbs. Why are people talking a bunch about juggalos today? Fuck me, dude. I don't know. Juggalugga lugga 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 low. Juggalugga Loki. Oh yeah, that's right. Juggalos can evade face recognition technology. Juggalo paint allows you to circumvent facial recognition. The Bible relies on mechanics of timelessness, roughly speaking. Wow, what a complete non sequitur. I was 195 pounds until I found religion, Christianity to be exact. Since then, I've got down to 155. Good for you, J. John. Listen to that, dude. God's love alone made this man lose weight. Think about how much more money or how much more weight I would be losing if I just did the keto diet and converted to Christianity. Do you ever have a man? I just had a moment. I want to try and explain this moment. As I was talking, right, my brain did this weird thing, and I've had it my whole life. It's not deja vu. I'm going to try and explain it to the best of my ability because it doesn't make sense to me. But it's a feeling that washes over me. And I really have a hard time to fucking put it into words. But as I was talking, I was looking around at this, right? This stuff. Just my backyard, right? So I'm looking at that shit. I'm talking to you guys right now, and I suddenly get like this kind of chill. It's not a chill though, so I don't get goosebumps or anything. It's like a wave of like nervous energy, I guess, and I feel like I don't know where I'm at. I look around and I'm like, it is so weird that I am where I am right now. It's so strange that I'm sitting in this weird backyard right now, and it's not that I don't know where I am. It's that it's weird that I am where I am. Disassociation, I guess. Yeah, like, but it's just completely independent of my train of thought usually. Like I'll be in the middle of talking and I'll just get this wave of like, where the fuck am I? You know, and it permeates my feelings for like the next few minutes. It's just like, wow, it's so weird that you are where you are. I have no idea what that means because it really isn't weird that I am where I am, and I'm very like used to the place that I am. I've been here quite some time, so it's not like it's new. That has nothing to do with it. It's just yeah, I've got a case of the old timers. Autism, yeah. Schizophrenia doesn't like attack people in their late 30s. Like 99% of people that get schizophrenia start coming down with it like it starts to express itself in their teens or 20s. So I dodged that bullet. No schizophrenia. I've never taken DXM. Jamais vu involves a sense of eeriness and the observer's impression of seeing the situation for the first time despite rationally knowing that he. Yeah, okay, alright, so that's exactly what it is. Jamais vu. I get that way more than I get deja vu. That's cool. So it's got a thing. Jamais vu, dude. Like a reset button. Yeah, it's weird. I wonder what it's rooted in. Like I wonder I'll read about it. Maybe they know a little bit about like brain chemistry wise why it's there or from an evolutionary perspective what it's like a remnant of. Jamais vu. You saw Aliens and Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith wiped your memory. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I got hit with the everybody look right here, please. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about the MIBs, dude. It could definitely be that. John Doe gave 4.99 without comment. Thanks, John Doe. And can you get Pimp Monk on the 24-hour show? I don't really think we're gonna have any remote guests for the 24-hour show, so no. Not all of these things have an evolutionary purpose. Deja vu happens just because information is delayed when crossing one half of the brain to the other. Right, but what about jamais vu? Ever solved a mystery, Paul, or had one that personally affected you? A mystery? No. I don't think I've ever really solved a mystery. I mean, everybody's got little mysteries like where'd my phone go, or I set my vape down somewhere and now I can't see it anywhere, and god damn it, it's a mystery. It's got to be somewhere. It can't have grown, but like as far as like a who done it or whatever the fuck, not really. I mean, there was one like I had a $50 bill one time that I got for my birthday that sat on top of my dresser. I put it underneath like a little statuette that I had on my dresser as a way of saving it. It was there for a rainy day or whatever. And I had some friends over when I was a teenager, and all of a sudden that $50 bill was gone. And it was a mystery for a few days until one of my other friends came and told me that it was this dude Matt had done it. And I confronted him about it, and he admitted it. And I told him, "So you're going to give me the $50 back?" And he said, "Well, I already spent it though." And that was the last time I talked to Matt. So $50 bought his way out of that friendship. But that wasn't, whatever. That was a mystery, I guess. A minor mystery. The mystery of the $50 bill, because I was like, there's no way my friends took it. I was totally trusting. It's like, there's no way my friends took it. How old am I? I'm 38. Your mods need to be more band happy. My mods do a great job. They're exactly as band happy as they should be. Damn, you're old. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old. What do you want? I'm a fucking old guy. What do you want? There's a lot of anti-Semitic trolling in the chat. Oh. Oh. Get on top of that, mods. Nobody knows mods like me. Yep. I've got the best mods, dude. I've got the greatest mods. I've also, unfortunately for all of you, got shit to do. I have work. So I'm going to go grab myself a bite to eat and then get back to 24-hour show prep. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.